My name is Jerry Sikkema, and my wife Judy, who is unable to be with me today. We moved into the area about 55 years ago. When we moved in, we were the oldest people on the block. I'm sorry, we were the youngest people on the block. There you go. And now today we are the oldest people on the block of all the neighbors. We have a wonderful neighborhood. We've enjoyed working with all of them and talking to them. Some of my neighbors are so friendly that they actually come over and do our yard for us and clean up all of the weeds and everything else. So we are so blessed that way. When we moved in, this place was amazing. The neighborhood had neighborhood get-togethers in the middle of the street for dinners and everything. I became a fireman in 1972. For 35 years, I was a fireman and enjoyed every bit of that. And got to meet a lot of people within the community. They were just unbelievably busy. And as Mr. DeVries has told me too, this place was really thriving when we moved in. When we got married, my wife and I went to Rogers Heights and went there for 34 years. And when Rogers Heights closed, we only lived a block and a half away from the church, this church. And 5 years ago, we decided we're going to stop and see what it's all about. And when we did, we fell in love with the church and the pastor and all the people. And we continue to go here now for 5 years, and we love it. We're so excited about the way that the interaction with the neighborhoods and everything is happening, and as far as what we have seen as a result of that, of even our neighbors visiting our church, our neighbors knowing what we stand for, and I think that's one of the things God works in a mysterious way to show others of how much we love God. At that time when we moved in, the factories around us were thriving. General Motors technical place was very busy. Reynolds Metal was another company that was thriving, and so a lot of the people that lived within the neighborhood were factory workers. They also worked at Cousie's Nut House over on the corner of Michael and Burton. So a lot of the people that lived in the neighborhood worked close by. A lot of them walked to their businesses and so forth. But yeah, it was, and the economy was excellent. I mean, we definitely had a very good, successful life at the beginning of our marriage and everything with that. My wife worked for the hospital, and I worked as a corporate executive for Kimberly-Clark Corporation. So, and like I said before, we played ball in the streets with the kids. The kids would come over and actually ask for Mr. Jerry so he could skate on the driveway and in the parking lot with them. So, I mean, I enjoyed it, and life was good. It's changed a lot. Ethnicity, as far as Hispanics and so forth, have moved into the area. I don't speak much Spanish. I can understand a little bit, but a lot of them come in, but they are the friendliest people that I think I've ever met. We had one neighbor call us up and say, "We understand that you've got cancer, and we also understand that your wife can't walk, and we'd like to come over and help you out in your yard." They came over one night with the whole entire family and pulled all the weeds in our yard, edged the grass and everything else, and totally just was a blessing. And he said to me, he said, "Jerry," he said, "in Mexico, we don't ask if we can come over. We just come over because they need help." So we thank them, and they have been that way ever since. Well, my dream is that that people understand that God has died for them to save them from their sins, and that what I want to see is I'd love to see a revival of people within our neighborhood to understand that God is so great and that we have a church that invites people in. One of the things I noticed about Lee when I got here was I was in a suit and tie. And the first thing one of the members came up to me and said, Jer, you don't have to wear that suit and tie. We're in blue jeans and t-shirts. You don't have to be dressed like that. God knows who you are. And I thought that was very, very opening to the fact that, wow, this is really cool. And it's an inviting type of a thing. Bricks and mortar don't bring people in, but the Word of God does, and the preaching of the Word, and the singing. Our music here is a phenomenal blessing here. I love to sing, and this has just been a very good blessing for all of us.